I thought I'd share just a few in general tips and tricks that you can do with your child. I mentioned it before in the S blends, but one of the things that is really helpful is to use big muscle movements with your child. It engages more of the brain. It helps them to get their wiggles out while they're still very focused on a very difficult task. So if you can have them lay on the floor for K and G and then get back up, if you can incorporate, and get really exaggerated with it, a lot of times that really helps them focus in on the work that they need to do. If they can still get their wiggles and it's not just sitting at a table doing worksheet types of things, that doesn't really work very well for our preschoolers. So we like to do lots of big motor movements with our speech sound productions. Another thing just for you to know, that typically when we start working with a sound, one of the first things we do is we do auditory bombardment. So if your child is just starting to work on a sound, the first step, they don't even need to produce it. You are the one producing it. And so you might use a word list or some speech sound picture cards that you've requested and I've sent to you, and you're just saying those words to the child over and over and over again so that they can hear the sound and start to make some connections that way. Then the next thing you would have them do is, one of the things you have them do is just produce it in isolation. So just or t, not worrying about any other sounds. And then once they're able to do that, then you can move it into a syllable. So you can do ma, ma, me, me. And having that at the beginning of the syllable is easier than having it in the middle or the end of the syllable. So eam, or am. You see me doing it because it's just natural for me. But one of the things that I sometimes will do, if we're to that level and it's really hard, I might make great big movements showing what my mouth does. Am, big movements so that they are seeing what they need to do with their mouth. And so you could work at the syllable level where it's me, me, e me, eam. So that took that M sound and put it at the beginning of the syllable, in the middle of syllables, and at the end of syllables. Okay? And those are the things that you would do before you ever get them doing an actual word like mop, because we're just working on as simple as we can get the sound so that we are having success. All right? I think that's about the most I can give you in terms of things that you can do at home that will hopefully be successful for your child. The other thing that I would just reinforce is that this is hard work. This is really hard work for your preschooler. This is their area that is most difficult for them. And as some of you have heard me say, this would be like me telling me I had to sit down and work calculus problems for 15 minutes. I wouldn't want to do it. But a really good teacher can make any subject fun. So if you keep it fun and if you keep it lighthearted and something that you're showing them that you like to spend this time with them, you like to do this, kids work way harder that way than they do as a pen and pencil sort of a task. Sit here and do this thing. So we always incorporate some sort of reinforcement anytime we're working on speech sounds. So it may be as simple as a Candyland game, and they have to say their word or produce their sound or put it in a syllable 2 times before they get to draw the next card. That sort of a thing is great. I can send you, if you would request them, picture cards that you can make little memory tasks out of, or concentration, and they can do play games that way. Or if they're a little bit older, you could make those into Go Fish cards. There's really, I used to do with my own kids, chalk out on the driveway, and I would draw, if my daughter was having some difficulty with some S blends, then I would draw snakes and snails and stop signs and have her name them. And then we would play a game where I would name it and she would have to run to it and jump on it, and then she would name it. And I would have to run to it and jump on it. But here's the thing that was fun to do with those types of words is I would draw in chalk a snail, and then I would draw a nail, like for a hammer. And so if she said nail, I would run to the nail for the hammer. But if she was meaning to tell me snail, she would have to correct that to get me to run to the right one. So stop and top, snail, and I think you could probably figure out something for smile and mile. There are lots and lots of those types of S blends that when you break them apart, they actually have the S on there makes a difference if it's one word or the other. So that would be another great thing that you could do with your child. And it doesn't just have to be S blends. You could do all sorts of, you could do that for any of their speech sound errors. Have them, draw a cat and have them run to the cat, or have them tell you where to run. There's so many ways that you can really engage your child while keeping it fun and not making it monotonous and tedious. This is hard enough for them. It really just needs to be a positive interaction with you, and that's what will motivate them for wanting to come back and work with you the next time and the next time and the next time on it. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, if I can help in any way. If you would like some speech sound card pictures, I would be happy to get those to you as an email attachment or some other way. So don't hesitate to reach out and contact me, and I will get those to you. I hope these videos are helpful, and I hope that you are able to have some success working with your child and just enjoy some good time with them. They are so precious and so special, and I miss them so very, very much. You all take care and be well. Bye.